Hi, I'm Doug Froneisel, a marquee staff writer here at Ballotpedia, and today we're going to be talking about pivot counties in the 2020 presidential election. After the 2016 election, Ballotpedia identified what we call pivot counties as those that voted for Donald Trump, a Republican, in 2016, after voting for Barack Obama, a Democrat, in 2008 and 2012. After the 2016 election, we identified 206 pivot counties, and while these counties made up about 5% of the total votes cast in the presidential election that year, they accounted for 51% of the decrease in Democratic votes between 2012 and 2016. We sorted pivot counties into two categories following the 2020 election. We defined the 181 counties that voted for Donald Trump again as retained pivot counties, and the 25 that swung back to the Democrat, Joe Biden, as boomerang pivot counties. So, what do we know about these counties? Well, for starters, we found that despite the lower overall number, boomerang pivot counties tended to be more populous than retained pivot counties, with a median population of 159,000 for boomerangs compared to 27,000 for retains. Another area we examined was voter turnout. In 2020, turnout reached its highest level nationwide since 1920, with 69% of the voting age population casting a ballot. As a group, both retained and boomerang pivot counties saw their highest turnouts in 2020 as well, increasing by about 7 percentage points compared to 2016 for both types of counties. Retained pivot counties had a turnout of 68%, and boomerangs had a turnout of 72%. We also wanted to dig into the election results, look beyond which county voted for which candidate, and get a better idea of the trends that we've been seeing in pivot counties over the years. Compared to his results in 2016, Trump's margin of victory increased in 113 pivot counties and decreased in 93. That includes all 25 boomerangs plus 68 retains. Looking further back, we found the average margin of victory in these counties has been trending Republican since 2008. These average margins moved from about 12 points in Obama's favor in 2008 to 12 points in Trump's in 2020, a nearly 200% shift. In retained pivot counties, that Republican shift increases to 26 points. The average margins in boomerang pivot counties was 10 points more Republican in 2020 than in 2008, even though Joe Biden won those counties this year. So what does this tell us? For starters, we know that the Republican shift in these counties is not unique to presidential elections. In the 2020 elections, Republicans gained 64 state legislative seats that intersect with pivot counties, representing a 14% increase in their share of pivot county seats. And then, while boomerang pivot counties swung back to Democrats in 2020, their voting patterns have changed from 2008. Democratic margins in these counties started to narrow in 2012, but the biggest shift, 12 points towards Republicans, came in 2016. In 2020, these counties shifted 5 points back towards Democrats. If you find these trends and analyses interesting, I encourage you to take a look at Ballotpedia's 2020 pivot county coverage, where you can find county-by-county statistics and a whole lot more. And keep your eyes peeled for additional county analyses in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.